Okay, so let's discuss gain, attenuation, and noise calculations. So most of the electronic circuits in the communication are used to process signals, no? For example, no, to manipulate signal in order to produce a desired result. So sa lahat ng signal processing circuit, lagi yang merong gain parameter at saka yung attenuation parameter. Okay? So discuss natin isa-isa to, no? And let's have an example on each cases. So dun muna tayo sa gain. So gain means amplification. No? If a signal is applied to a circuit such as shown below and the output of the circuit o yung output signal dun sa circuit has a greater amplitude comparing dun sa input signal. Ibig sabihin, yung circuit merong gain. Okay? So gain simply means the ratio of the output versus input. Ibig sabihin, in layman's term, pag sinabing gain, ito yung how much yung nilaki ng signal sa output compared sa input. Okay? So, ganun lang siya. Okay? So, let's have an example. No? What is the voltage gain of an amplifier that produces an output of 750 millivolts for a 30 microvolt input? So, gain or voltage gain, usually dinidenote natin as A, tapos merong script dito na small v. So, voltage gain is equals to V out. Ibig sabihin yung voltage dun sa output divided by voltage signal dun sa input. Okay? So, 750 millivolt divided by 30 microvolt. So this is equals to 25,000. So this is unitless, no? Kasi ratio. Makakancel yung voltage sa numerator at saka sa denominator. Okay? So yung millivolt is 1 times 10 to the negative 3 volt and yung microvolt is 1 times 10 to the negative 6 volt. Okay? So sometimes nano naman yung binibigay sa problem. This is 1 times 10 to the negative 9 volt. Okay? So, tama ba tayo? Check natin. Okay. So, tama yung sagot. Okay? So, sometimes hindi naman laging voltage, no? Sometimes ang ginagamit na amplifier is power amplifier. And usually, power gain naman yung parameter niya. So, ganun pa rin naman yung pagkuha ng gain. Okay? So, i-divide lang din natin yung output power sa input power. Okay? So, let's have an example. So, the power output of an amplifier. So, drawing tayo dito ng amplifier symbol. Power output of an amplifier is 6 watts. So, mayroon daw 6 watts na power output. And yung power gain niya daw is 80. Okay? So, tinatanong is what is the input power, Pin? So, gamitin natin yung formula. Power gain is equals to power output divided by power input. So, 80 yung power gain is equals to 6 watts. Power output divided by Pi. So, 6 divided by 80. So, 0.075 yung input power. 0.075 watts or this is 75 milliwatts. Okay? Kasi minove natin yung decimal point papunta sa kanan. So 1, 2, 3. So 75 milliwatts. Okay? So pwede rin naman ito yung sagot nyo. 0.075. Okay? Pero mas maganda kasi if i-denote natin sa scientific notation. Okay? So check natin if tama yung sagot natin. Ayun, so 75 milliwatts. Okay? Next. So, ito naman is for cascaded circuits. Ibig sabihin, magkakadikit yung amplifier. Dun kasi sa pinakita ko kanina, paisa-isa yung gain. Okay? What if naman pagka-cascaded, no? Sunod-sunod. So, paano natin kukunin yung total gain? So, madali lang. We just have to multiply the individual gain ng amplifier. So, for example, ito. Meron siyang gain, yung first stage ng amplifiers, merong gain na 5 Yung second stage is merong gain na 3. And yung third stage is merong gain na 4. So, multiply lang natin lahat yon, and then yun na yung total gain. So, 5 times 3, 15 times 4 is 60. So, 60 yung total gain nung buong cascaded circuits. Okay? So, let's have an example. 3 cascaded amplifiers have power gains of 5, 12, and 17. So, the input power is 40 milliwatt. What is the output power? So, madali lang to. So, drawing ako dito ng tatlong amplifier. Tinatanong is what is the output power? So, mayroong power gain of 5, 2, tsaka 17 sa third stage. So, ang input power daw ay 40 milliwatts. So, what is the output power? So, kunin natin yung total gain. So, APT. So, power gain, total power gain is 5 times 2 times 17. So, I think 5 times 2 times 17 is 170. So, ito ay equal sa power output divided by input power. So, 40 milliwatts. So, power output is 170 times 40 milliwatts. So, this is equals to 6.8 watts. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, if merong 3-stage amplifier na merong gain na 5, 2, at saka 17, and merong pumasok na 40 milliwatts na signal sa output, magiging 6.8 watts yung level nung output power. Okay? So, next. Yan, tama tayo. 6.8 watts. So, next naman, attenuation. Ito ay kabaliktaran ng gain. Usually, ang gain, yung value niya is greater than 1. Ito, ang gain nito is laging less than 1. Okay? So, attenuation refers to a loss introduced by a circuit or component. Many electronic circuits, sometimes called stages, yung kanina pinakita ko sa inyo na cascaded, okay, reduce the amplitude of a signal rather than increase it. So, if the output signal is lower in amplitude than the input, the circuit has lost or attenuation or attenuated. Okay? Like gain, attenuation is simply the ratio of the output to the input, and it's always less than 1. Okay? So, yung pagkuha ng attenuation is parehas lang ng gain. We just have to divide yung output sa input signal. Okay? So, cascaded, total attenuation of cascaded circuit is parehas lang dun sa total gain ng cascaded. We just have to multiply each attenuation nung individual stages. So, in this case, first stage, merong attenuation na 0.2. Ito ay may attenuation na 0.9. And ito ay may attenuation na 0.06. So, yung total attenuation ng tatlong stage ng cascaded circuit is 32.4. 0.0108 pala, no? Okay? And I think kinuha yata dito yung output voltage. So, output voltage, so ganun pa rin, no? Is equals to total attenuation, 0.0108, multiplied by the input voltage, so 3 volt. So, yung output is 32.4 millivolts. So, mapapansin nyo dito, yung output voltage is mas maliit dun sa pumasok. So, dun makikita natin na talagang attenuated yung output signal. Okay? So, next, usually, hindi ratio yung unit ng gain or attenuation. Usually, ini-express natin siya as decibel. So, the gain or loss of a circuit is usually expressed in dB or decibel. So, a unit of measurement that was originally created as a way of expressing the hearing response of the human ear to various sound levels. So, when gain and attenuation are both converted to decibels, the overall gain or attenuation of an electronic circuit can be computed by simply adding the individual gains or attenuations, and it is expressed in decibel. So, kanina, balik tayo dito, no? Sa gain ng cascaded circuit. So, sinasabi doon na pag daw naka-decibel, i-add. Okay? So, mapapasin nyo dito sa gain, pag ratio, minumultiply lang natin. So, ibang case naman, pagka yung each stage, yung gain ng each stage is naka-decibel. So, pag naka-decibel, i-add lang natin sila. Okay? So, like for example, ito. Yung first amplifier, merong gain na 15 decibel and merong attenuation yung second stage ng negative 20 decibel and third stage merong gain na 35 decibel. So, i-add lang natin lahat para makuha natin yung total gain ng buong system. So, 15 minus 20 plus 35 is equals to 30 decibel. So, makikita natin pala dito, hindi pala magiging attenuated yung output signal kasi yung buong cascaded system is positive. Okay, 30 decibel. Okay, next. Sometimes sa problem, kinukuha yung ratio value no instead of decibel. Okay? So, ginagamit natin yung anti-log process. So, anti-log to calculate the input or output voltage or power given the decibel gain or attenuation and the output or input yung anti-log yung ginagamit. So, like for example, let's say 30 decibel. So, 30 decibel yung voltage gain. Okay? So, usually, sa voltage gain, 20 log yung ginagamit na formula para maging decibel. So, ito yung ratio. Okay? Gamitin natin yung 20 log nung ratio, ng voltage gain, decibel yung magiging unit niya. Okay, what if naman pag power? So, pag power, 10 log naman. So, 10 log, and then, yung power gain, so, magiging decibel siya. Okay, so, ito yung lagi niyong tatandaan. Okay? So, 20 log again pagka voltage gain, and 10 log pagka power gain. So, let's say itong 30 decibel na to is voltage gain. So, gamitin natin itong formula na to. So, 30 dB is equals to 20 log AV. Okay? Actually, direct substitution nito sa calculator niyo or pwedeng shift solve, no? So, AV is equals to 30 divided by 20. So, yung log, ang inverse nito is 10 to the negative 1. Okay? Or 10 to the negative nung exponent, yung ratio nung 30 at saka ng 20. Okay? So, I think ang sagot dito ay calculate natin. So, 30 divided by 20. So, inverse log. Okay. Usually, decibel yung hinahanap sa problem, no? But sometimes, hinahanap din yung ratio value niya. Okay, what if pag, for example, no? Let's say, yung example is merong 30 decibel na voltage gain. Okay, and then hinahanap yung ratio equivalent nito. Okay. So, ginagamit natin yung anti-log process. Okay, so madali lang naman to. I think naaral nyo na naman yata yung pagkuha ng anti-log nung high school pa, no? So, for voltage gain, ito yung tatandaan nyo, no? So, para ma-convert natin yung voltage gain sa decibel, so ito ay naka-ratio. So, gagamitin natin yung formula na 20 log ng voltage gain, and then, kalalabasan nito is yung unit na naka-decibel na. Okay? So, what if naman pag power gain? So, pag power gain, ito yung ratio. So, i-convert natin sa decibel. So, ito naman, 10 log naman yung gagamitin natin. So, 10 log ng power gain, ang magiging unit nito is decibel. Okay? So, for example, let's say merong 30 decibel na voltage gain. Okay? So, ito ay voltage gain in decibel. So, hanapin natin yung ratio equivalent na to. So, gamitin natin yung formula na 20 log. Okay? So, 30 dB is equals to 20 log ng AV. So, ito ay i-shift solve nyo lang to sa calculator. So, ito ay equivalent sa 31.62. Okay? Huwag nyo nang lalagyan ng unit, no? Kasi naka-ratio na to. Okay? So, 31.62 yung voltage gain in ratio. And pag naka-decibel naman siya, 30 dB yung equivalent. Okay?